This video is on by-elections or bipole elections. Bipole means the process of selection of candidate to the state assembly or Lok Sabha after the general elections are done. You see, every 5 years, general elections are held. Through this process, the citizens of India elect a member of parliament for Lok Sabha and a member of legislative assembly through direct voting. Now these MPs and MLAs have a term period of 5 years. However, due to some reasons, sometimes these MPs and MLAs do not finish their term period of 5 years. Basically, a seat remains vacant. Now to fill that particular seat, re-election is done. This is what is called as bipole election. Now let me quickly give you some reasons that can lead to bipole elections. The first reason is sudden death of an elected MP or an MLA. Now this point is very straightforward and clear, and I think it is self-explanatory. It doesn't need any further explanation. The second reason is if the elected candidate resigns. Now how does that happen? Sometimes a person gets elected for state assembly and serves for some time, and again he or she gets elected for Lok Sabha. So naturally, the MLA from state assembly will resign and join the Lok Sabha as an MP. And this is also true the other way around, when an MP resigns and contests for MLA position so that he or she can become the chief minister. A good example is if we go back to 2011, Trinamool Congress came to power in West Bengal after ending the left domination of over 3 decades. At that time, Mamata Banerjee was still an MP in the Lok Sabha. It was mandatory for her to become an MLA, that is, member of the state legislature, to become the chief minister of West Bengal. So what happened was, one of the MLAs from Bengal had to step down to let her contest from that constituency. This led to a by-election. Simultaneously, after she stepped down from her position as a member of Lok Sabha, the Kolkata South Parliamentary constituency fell vacant, and this again called for a by-election. So you see how resignation leads to re-election or bipole election for the vacant seat. And the third reason is it could be the elected candidate's criminal conviction which makes him or her ineligible to continue in office. Although this one is good in theory, but in practice we know that many Indian politicians have a criminal record and they will still continue to be in office. However, criminal conviction is also the reason which is good in theory but worth knowing. And the fourth reason is if the Election Commission sends its recommendation to the President for the disqualification of a member on the charges of holding the office of profit. As per the Constitution of India, Article 102 and 191 states that a legislator, both an MP and an MLA, cannot hold the office of profit under central government or state government, as it can put them in a position to gain financial benefit, and this can lead to their disqualification. After disqualification, the respective member's seat will be vacant, and that will lead to a bipole election. The fifth reason is, in Indian politics, campaigning from 2 constituencies is a legal game plan which is widely exploited by politicians. You must have seen many times politicians often contest elections from 2 seats. In 2014 Lok Sabha elections, even Prime Minister Modi contested in 2 constituencies, one from Vadodara in Gujarat and the other one is from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Although there is nothing wrong in it, since there is a provision for this in Representation of People Act 1951, but then many times the Election Commission has told the Supreme Court that a candidate should not be allowed to contest election from more than 1 constituency, because clearly when something like this happens, he or she has to vacate one of the 2 seats if they win both, and this will again lead to bipole election. And the sixth reason is, India has also witnessed several by-elections after an individual decides to shift allegiance and switch party. A very latest example could be seen in Gujarat 2017 elections, where 14 MLAs of the Congress walked out of the party during the August Rajya Sabha elections. 7 of them were given tickets by the BJP, but only 2 won. That led to a bipole election for the 7 assembly seats. So these are the reasons why bipole elections happen. And this kind of election brings a lot of surprise and changes the political landscape within the political parties. However, one very important consequence is that general election in India is a gigantic exercise. The Election Commission prepares the budget and then it is approved by the government. Most of the expenditure goes in the deployment of security personnel and polling staff, then setting up polling stations, purchase of electronic voting machine and issuance of photo identification cards. Now imagine if there is a re-election, then it leads to wastage of resources that I just mentioned. Plus, it is a costly affair, which is a colossal waste of public money. And why is it a waste of money? Because it is a clear political game where a seat is vacated by the candidate that could have been allotted to the runner-up, or there should be a ban on a candidate contesting an election from more than one constituency.